My name is Deepak Sureshavle, Assistant Professor in Department of Electrical Engineering from Vidya Pratishthan Kamal and Bajaj Institute of Engineering and Technology, Baramati. This is a week 4 video and the subject from the switchgear and protection and the instrument I am going to use in this the circuit breaker. So these are the week 1 and week 2 video details. So in the YouTube link at this, I have discussed the circuit breaker construction, working, and we can modify or we can design the Wi-Fi circuit breaker so that we can calculate there is an energy saving and we can calculate the carbon emission CO2 also. So if there is a low generation of electricity, it results into the low electricity bills. For this video, I get the 4 number of likes and 19 views. In the week 2 videos, so this is the YouTube link, the number of likes I get 2 and the number of views I get 10. In this week 2 video, we have discussed the environmental standards applicable to the electrical industries from this switchgear and protection subject, and there is the difference between ISO 50001 and ISO 14001. And ISO 50001 certification is very important as it is related to the energy management system. We have discussed the definition, steps and advantages for ISO 50001. The video outcomes: after learning through this video, students will be able to develop Wi-Fi circuit breaker, evaluate the energy saving and carbon emission, and they can easily differentiate between ISO 14001 and ISO 50001. So this is the list of ISO 14001. Its purpose is related to the environmental management system. It helps the organization improve their environmental performance through more efficient use of resources and reduction of waste, gaining a competitive advantage and the trust of stakeholders. So it is a very important ISO. ISO 50001, it is related to the standards aimed to the help organization continually reduce their energy use and therefore their energy cost and their greenhouse gas emission. And ISO 20121 is related to the sustainable events. Manage the social, economic and environmental impacts of your events with this standard. The carbon footprint is a very important, and in the simple words, it is defined as the amount of greenhouse gases and especially the carbon dioxide given off by something as a person's activities during a given period of time. In order to take care of the environment, we as a human being has a responsibility to reduce the carbon footprint. At last, we have to survive on this Mother Earth. Hence, we have to take care of this carbon footprint emitted from the industries. The carbon footprint calculation process with the help of IPM norms. So in this video, I am using the IPM norms to calculate the carbon footprint. This is the calculation process. The first step is trigger the carbon footprint calculator process. The second step is retrieve the locations and organizations with changes. After that, retrieve all the inputs available. Then perform the calculations with the help of formulas. Then create the carbon log with all of the input and output data. Next step is update the current period carbon footprint. And the last step is reset the carbon calculation needed. Go to the flag. So this is the carbon footprint calculation process. These are the formulas to be used for the energy. So carbon footprint calculations for energy with IBM norms. And in this video, the formula is discussed. Following formula for energy emission. So this data I have taken from the carbon footprint calculation for energy by the IBM. So CO2 calculated with the help of total amount into CO2 emission factor into heating value into density. The CH4 methane can be calculated as total amount into CH4 emission factor into heating value into density into GWP of CH4 conversion. And N2O can be calculated with the help of total amount into N2O emission factor into heating value and density into GWP N2O conversion. The following calculations are used for scope of energy emission. This is the indirect approach and this is the direct approach. For this indirect approach, the formula becomes the CO2 can be calculated as total amount used based on the occupancy into emission factor. The methane calculated as total amount used based on the occupancy into CH4 emission factor and into multiply with the GWP CH4 conversion. And the N2O can be calculated as total amount used based on occupancy into N2O emission factor into GWP N2O conversion. After putting all the values, the graph can be calculated based on the IBM norms is as here. So this is the production carbon footprint kg CO2, and this is the used carbon footprint kg CO2. So the blue color indicates the IC. So IC produces the 100 kilogram CO2 emission. So this is the raw PWV. These are the components used in the industry. So these are the hard disk drives. So this is the DVD-ROM drive. The power we are using which produces the carbon footprint, you can see here. The metals which are used in the industry, they are producing the carbon footprint. The packaging is used for packing our product, so this produces the carbon footprint. The logistics needed to transport the product from one place to another, and the use it is in this color, green color. So this is the figure at the time of production of carbon emission footprint, and whenever we are using, it produces nearly 6,000 kilogram carbon dioxide, or you can say CO2 emission. So this is the based on the formulas which we have discussed earlier. These graphs can be plotted. We have to achieve the carbon neutrality. So we have to create a better future for our next generation. So we have to minimize the energy use and switch to the cleaner fuels. So this is the drop in CO2. We have to generate in terms of renewable energy, and we have to purchase the renewable energy credits and carbon credits. After this, we are interested for the sustainability definition. So this is the definition of sustainability. We have discussed this in the lectures which we have seen earlier. So we have to sustainability is often represented diagrammatically. The figure at the top of this page suggests that there are three pillars of sustainability. So this is the economic viability, environmental protection, and social equity are the main pillars. Other dimensions could be represented, for example, technical feasibility, political legitimacy, and institutional capacity. Our focus in this point is upon the three pillars. They can help us to look beyond the complexities of congested terms like development. So this is the sustainability definition. The process of sustainability has some different points. So first point is the technology. Using the appropriate technology, one which is locally adaptable, eco-friendly, resource efficient, and culturally suitable. Second approach, we have seen in the Pranay Kumar's video lecture, Pranay Kumar's sir's lecture. We have to reduce, reuse and recycle approach. The 3R approach, and advocating minimization of resource use, using them again and again instead of passing it on the waste stream, and recycling the materials goes a long way in achieving the goals of sustainability. It reduces the pressure on our resources as well as reduces the waste generation and pollution. The third important measure can be promoting the environmental education and awareness. So making the environmental education at the center of all learning process will greatly help in changing the thinking patterns and attitude of the people towards our mother earth and the environment. The fourth measure can be resource the utilization as per the carrying capacity. In order to attain the sustainability, it is very important to utilize the resources based upon the above two properties of the system. Consumption should not exceed the generation, regeneration and changes should not be allowed to occur beyond tolerance capacity of the system. And the fifth measure can be improving the quality of life, including the social, culture and economic dimensions. Development should not focus just on one section of already affluent people. Rather, it should include sharing of benefits between the rich and the poor. So these are the different approaches or different measures of sustainable development, and we have to choose any one from these. Yes. The sustainability standard, according to study and research, it is found that the Wi-Fi circuit breaker is sustainable for 12 months without any maintenance for routine operations of 20 hours a day. So this Wi-Fi circuit breaker plays an important role in the electrical engineering, and one can operate this Wi-Fi circuit breaker remotely and can reduce the transportation also, and he can operate this circuit breaker at a long distance. So this is the advantages of Wi-Fi circuit breaker to reduce the or to conserve, to minimize the energy saving also, so that there is a less carbon emission. Thank you.